Hello everybody and welcome to another WellPod video. Before we get going, it has come to my attention that 53% of the people who watch my daily videos are not subscribed. I am not above improvement, so please let me know in the comments below. Instead of asking for it today, I'm going to say, what can I do to earn it, my friends? So if there's something in particular you guys are looking for in terms of raid content, please let me know in the comments down below so I can know what it is the community is really excited to see so I can better provide you with content. Also, if you're wondering why I look like I just crawled out of a dumpster, it's because I am fighting a current infection going on. I'm not really sure what happened. I ended up in the ER like 2 days ago, and they put me on some like just steroids to fight some kind of weird inflammation. They don't really know what happened, but like I have a full body like red thing going on, and it's like killing me right now. But we're gonna push through and do videos anyway. There's 2,700 gym giveaway going on in this video. All you got to do is you got to be a subscriber, and then you got to type this in. The keyword is DM super awesome best. So the purpose of today's video is to show you guys what my top 5 most used characters are. I have what I would consider pretty close to a test account. I mean, a test account being something that has like everything, right? I have almost everything. I really need like a Dracomorph or Venus. Then I don't have every character in the game, but I have like every variety of tool, you know, like I have a AoE defense down weaken once I have Venus or Dracomorph, and then that's the last tool I need, and then I have everything. You know, I got the extenders, I got the counterattacker, you know, yada, 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 right? And it's not really as much of a flex as it is saying that I've had access to all these different characters. And at this point, I believe the information I can provide is which of these have I ended up using the most. And therefore, we can probably surmise which of these are the most useful for somebody throughout the game. Now, there is a little bit of a bias factor in terms of I like some characters more than others, and I'll try to deduce that as we go through them. But I think some of these are going to be fairly obvious. Like, for example, right off the bat, Sifi's got to be in the top 5, right? I mean, I use Sifi in Arena very heavily. You can also use her in Clan Boss. She's good in basically every dungeon. There's not really a position where I could put her that it would not be fair out of the top 5. Now, I did pull Vizier lately as well, and if we're looking at Vizier, I would think that he might be in the top 5 position, but you know, I don't think he is. And the reason I say that is really, he's kind of a Clan Boss character, and while Clan Boss characters are fantastic, I want the top 5 I most use, the ones that I'm putting into every position. Bad Alcazar is going to be in there because I use Bad Alcazar in Clan Boss. I have used him in Arena before I had like really disgusting Arena characters, and he's still like all right in that position. You can use him in basically every dungeon, including ones where he's weak against, like he's still good in Ice Golem. So he's probably going to be in the top 5 for sure. Now, in position of where we're going to position these guys, that's where it's going to get kind of hard, right? Because he's in there. And then if we have him in there, Zombie is probably going to be in there too, because I use her in almost every single dungeon paired with Bad Alcazar as well. And she, with the 2-pair, one-shots the wave. But then I'm kind of thinking about non-legendaries, which we get down. And you know, I've used a lot of Seer. I've used her significantly, as well as Madame. So I feel like one of these characters almost has a chance here. So this is kind of a hard one. Arbiter has been somebody that I've used and most people would use. So I feel like she's probably fairly in the top 5. Man, this is going to be a really hard breakdown. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through, I'm going to think about this, I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to come back to you guys with a list that I believe, in my personal opinion, all right, that's the list. Okay, I'm pretty sure I got this now. So here's the idea. Arbiter is number 5. The reason I say Arbiter is number 5 is because I used Arbiter for so long in so many positions, and I'm still using her in Arena to this day, and occasionally in some places I just want to boost in the res. So she deserves to be the top 5, plus everyone uses her, okay? I also decided I'm going to remove Sifi and Rotos from the list because they would go as like a pair and just take 2 of the 5 spots, and it would be really boring. Same deal, I'm removing Tormund from the list because he's like a fusion, okay? And we're going to kind of go to more of the pullable ones. Now, Bad Alcazar for sure has to be on here because I've used him in every way possible. Clan boss, dungeons, arena. I even used him to help clear the Nightmare campaign. And funnily enough, he's going to be paired with Valkyrie, who helped me in the Nightmare campaign, as well as she helped me throughout the game everywhere, including clan boss. However, Valkyrie, I would say, can be replaced with like Skull Crusher. So number 5's Arbiter. Number 4 for me is going to be Bad El Khazar, because I got him fairly late in the game, but I used him immediately and everywhere. Okay, and Bad El Khazar is obviously nuts because of this move right here. You remove all the debuffs from all allies, places continuous heal on all allies, places 2 poison debuffs on all enemies. I mean, it's nuts. It does everything you need, right? And this passive is really good with people that are just straight damage. And as time goes on, straight damage seems to be better in the clan bosses. A lot of just high DPS characters like Rodos are coming into play. And for that reason, inflicting more damage against people with poisons is fantastic, because Bad El Khazar provides the poison, so you don't have to pair him with another poisoner. You can just get him trigger that bonus damage on somebody like Rodos from himself, which is pretty dope. So he's going to be our number 4. Now we got to go into number 3. And number 3 is, of course, the pairing of Valkyrie or Skull Crusher. Okay, one or the other. Now, why am I not saying Martha? The reason I'm not saying Martha is because while Martha is fantastic, I feel like I have not... This is going to be weird to say because I wanted it for so long. I haven't been as impressed with Martha as I originally thought. I think that's maybe because I had Alton when I got her, so I didn't really need the defense up, and all she was really providing was the decreased attack. And the decreased attack, once again, I had Alton. So maybe I'll throw her in there, okay? Tell you what, number 3, in order to be fair, because it's probably just the well bias. I'm going to try to remove the bias. Number 3 is going to be a counterattack, just purely a counterattack for me, okay? I know you're probably thinking like a counterattack would have been higher on this list, but as I thought about it, actually, there's some other things which were more beneficial to me than a counterattack in this game. And that's actually like an AoE defense down. This is where I would say slash weaken, but I don't have one. So for me, it's like Madame and Tomb Lord, because these are my AoE defense down or attack downs, etc. Like these ones here, plus they strip buffs. However, this could also be replaced, for instance, like a Dracomorph or Venus, like Kyra Mobilize if Venus uses her everywhere. Or a Dracomorph, is the character that I've been trying to get forever. Unfortunately, I've yet to pull him, and at this point, he's the last character I really need to, in my opinion, completely complete my account and just be done. Like, I don't think I would open another shard at that point. So that's kind of the interesting part for me, is as I thought about it, I ended up using that more because I don't use counterattack in PvE as much as I would think I did. I used it more earlier on, but as your speed slowly gets fast enough where you don't really have people to counterattack you because you're nuking the waves later on. This isn't something that's going to happen more in the beginning of the game, but it's something as you develop your account, it will happen later where you're going fast enough and you're going first and you have strong enough characters, and you don't even have to have legendaries to get to this point. Epics would do it. Like you can use AoE defense down with Tyrell and then use nukers like even Kel or, Seer, Skullcrown, Zargala. I'm looking at someone's just right here, Royal Guard, for instance. These people would do this as well. And just one-shot waves. And that tends to actually be something that's of more value, I feel like, than the counterattack in PvE. Whereas a counterattack is almost coming to be something that's even stronger in PvP these days. I'm seeing Valkyrie gets a little bit of a rise in the meta, and obviously it's a clan boss thing. So for that reason, counterattack is number 3 on the list, while AoE, and I'm going to put all of these into number 2 because there's one in particular I wanted to fit in number 1. So number 2 is going to be like AoE stripping the buffs, defense down, weaken type of thing, all right? And I suppose we could even throw in like the PvE mechanic of attack enemy max HP. So basically number 2 is kind of a PvE encompassing. Whereas number 1, you guys think you can guess number 1? Number 1 for me was interesting because as I thought about it, it's Lana Kiss. And Lana Kiss is completely disgusting because of two things. One of which is this move here does increase attack and crit rate, and she does it first, meaning she buffs everybody, and then she tries to give herself an extra turn. You pair that with Relentless, you have a high percentage chance of getting an extra turn, and then she charges in 3 people and fills their turn meter, and you increase the duration of all buffs. So for that reason, she's obviously good in Clan Boss because you're going faster and you're also increasing the duration of your buffs, so you don't really have to worry about like speed tuning as much and then charging everyone in with Giant Slayer and high damage and yada yada yada, and you get all that, you know, that cluster of awesomeness that ends up happening with that type of thing. Okay, but on top of it, she actually hits kind of hard, but she's based upon attack, and I have crit damage gloves on her. These are my stats here. I don't have her like super strong, but she has some attack on her, and she has some crit damage, and she hits fairly hard, and she sustains herself because she continuous heals herself. And I've used the charge mechanic more than I've used almost anything in this game. I would say Longbeard / Lana Kiss kind of fill the same row. If you have the Epic Catacomb Counselor, they kind of do the same thing to a lesser extent. And I have used the pairing of either both or one of these people more than anything else. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the pure enjoyability of it, but it's the fact that you can charge your whole team in, and your whole team can be people like, it can be like a Ray, it could be a Skull Crown, it could be anyone that has a, you know, Richtof, anyone that has a basic attack that's like an AoE. I mean, there's plenty of those people that have it, Bellower even. It can be people that have like straight up AoEs, and you can just nuke waves, which is amazing. If you pair them with somebody like off of the previous list, like Madame or, you know, Tayrel or someone with like a defense down right, you pair them together and you just nuke, you know, you just absolutely nuke. And Lana Kiss on top of it looks like a character out of Destiny, so big fan. All right, big fan. She's probably my #1, tied with Longbeard. I've used them more than almost anything in this game, and I'm constantly impressed. I actually have a video that's a guide about Longbeard called Longbeard is the GOAT. You can watch if you want some more information on how I use them. I actually use Longbeard in my Spider 20 team, which is amazing as well. This is how much I use them, man. Because I don't use counterattacks in my teams, but look at this. This is my Spider 20 team, and I think it's got like an 85% win rate or something. It fails sometimes because they'll resist the either the weaken or the three defense downs here. I'll show you. So they charge in, they apply the defense down. See, you guys see the chance. Normally one of these will apply the defense down, and then he would weaken, and then they would kill him. But I'll do it again so you can see. But that's why I got to fix this team, because if sometimes the Royal Guards won't, they're all booked, but it's just sometimes they won't apply the defense down. And then you're just, see, there you go. Now you got the defense down, and then he should do his weaken after the Malice. 1, 2, and then he weakens, third one goes, and the dude dies. That's anyway how it's supposed to go. So you can see that some of these teams that I use are kind of hilarious. And you don't have to have, this is a good example actually of the list right here. It's got 3 of the, it's basically everyone on the list. You have the PvE max HP, you have the Battle Exar, you have the Longbeard. I'm telling you, I use these characters, and they pair very well together, you know? I use these characters almost everywhere. I actually need an accuracy banner. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Also, as of 1 hour from posting this video, you can catch me live at twitch.tv/Darth Microtransaction. I will be live streaming, and you can catch me and say hi, you know, interact with me live if you want to. Thanks for everybody who came out to the last live stream. I appreciate seeing you. Thanks for all the new subscribers, and hopefully one of you guys get lucky and win this giveaway. So don't forget to leave the comment. All right, I love you all, and have a fantastic day.